Actually, that if you have some other questions, hold those questions with you. Do you have any questions now? I mean, any question, any question related to this topic? Let's say that this is the method I'm explaining. So, any questions do you see, or any question which comes to your mind? That how will we do this? How will we achieve this? How will we achieve that? Anything which what comes to your mind? Yes, guys. Any doubt? Any questions? Okay, if you don't have, I will ask one question. That if I'm hosting this application Swiggy on server 1, server 2, server 3, right? So how will I make sure that all the data is synced between these servers? Because I cannot host a different app, right? It should not happen that when this person goes to Swiggy, it should appear an orange page or maybe some different UI for this person, a different UI for this person because this is hosted on server 2, different thing for this person because this is hosted on server 3. And if this person is ordering something, he or she is in the middle of let's say she is in the middle of her order, added 5 items, and now suddenly this server went down. So what happens to those items, 5 items which she has added? Does she have to disconnect it and connect again to the app? If that is the case, what happens to her order which she already placed? And if that is the case, if all servers will have different IPs, how many IPs will I give to how many people? In example, I'm just showing 3, but in reality, you may have 70 or 80 servers. Are you going to give 80 names to different people? Swiggy 1, Swiggy 2, Swiggy 3, or are you going to give your IP addresses? So how will that work? Anyone has any idea? I mean, this is the question I was expecting from you. So anyone knows, guys? As you guys did not ask, so I'm assuming you know.
Maybe we can use load balancer.
Right.
Yes, but we'll discuss that later. Okay, so what we have to do here, guys, is we have to use a service called load balancer, which is a part of networking. We'll do that later, but you don't have to worry about it, that how will the data sync and everything can be taken care of. As of now, you just have to learn about availability zone and availability set. Imagine the data is being synced already. Imagine that all of these, they have one single point of contact. They do not know these users. They do not know how many servers are running in the background. For users, it's only swiggy.com or Swiggy app. What is happening at the background? Users, they do not know. How to achieve that? We are going to see that later. As of now, we have to focus on availability zone and availability set. Okay, so let's quickly go to the portal and check. If I have to create one machine, let's say that I'm creating a machine and I'm planning to deploy Swiggy on this. I will create a new resource group because it becomes easier for me to delete it. Okay, we are dealing with availability set, Azure availability set. That is what we are learning here. Yeah. So I'm deploying my first machine. Region, as of now, I'm keeping US. By the way, if my requirement was availability set, do I have to worry about region? That which region should I take, or is it available in all the regions? Availability set, that is what we are talking about.
No, nothing to do with the availability zone.
Sorry, what was that?
It's available.
Who was that? Was it Anisa, Fateh? Who was that who answered it before Uzaif? Sorry, didn't see you guys.
Me.
Yeah, Zareen.
It was nothing to do with the availability zone here.
No, my question is related to availability set. My question is, if I want to have availability set, Okay, I want to have a feature called availability set for my machine so I can achieve high availability. Do I have to worry about region? I did not even talk about availability zone. Not yet discussing availability zone. My specific question is, I want to have high availability for my application. This is the application. This is the high availability I'm talking about. And I don't want availability zone. Okay, my app is like Swiggy. So if restaurants are working in that area, then only my app is useful. If they are not working, it's okay even if my app is gone. So I want just the server level redundancy. So I am happy with availability set. So my question is, if my application wants high availability under availability set, do I have to worry about region, or can I take any region
No,
as far
you
as
can
that is
take any
cheaper?
reason.
Okay. So which availability feature I have to think about, which availability feature is affiliated with region? Which highly available feature, high availability feature or service which is affiliated with region? If availability set is not, which one is?
Availability zone.
Could you elaborate?
So in Central India region, we
Hmm.
have availability zone feature available only for Pune, and we do not have this feature for Hyderabad and Chennai.
So Hyderabad and Chennai, they come under Central India. Is that you're saying as of now?
Uh, Not sure if they come under Central India, but Central India is the location of Pune.
Okay, so partially correct. Yes. So what he's trying to say is, first thing, availability zone, it has some relation with region. Why? Because not all the regions have availability zone. If you guys remember, we have already covered this. This is the reason I asked this question to you guys. Do you guys remember I showed you that globe and map, and there we were looking at
Yeah.
regions, and if you click on that, it shows whether it has
Yeah.
availability zone feature or not. So if I'm talking about availability zone, not every region has availability zone. What Uzef was trying to say, that in India we have three regions: West India, South India, and the third one is, I think, still not up. So Central India is there, right? Okay, can't see it. So one of these, let's say if I go to South India, I do not have availability zone. Okay, if I go to South India, I do not have availability zone. If I go to West India, here also I do not have availability zone. South India is Chennai, West India it's Hyderabad, and what Uzef was saying, it's Central India. So those will not come under Central India, Joseph. Understand? These are three different regions in India: West India,
Mhm.
South India, and Central. West, though you don't have to remember these things, just explaining it to you. West is in Chennai, South one is, they're calling it for Hyderabad Center, and then one we have is Central India, which is in Pune, and that one has, here it is, Central India, and this one has availability zone. Can you see, guys? In India also, if I select West India, I won't get availability zone. But if I select Central India, I will get availability zone. So availability zone, if I want, then yes, region needs to be selected carefully. But I am talking about availability set. Do I have to worry about it? Or will I
No,
get it in everywhere?
you'll get it everywhere.
So let's
We
see.
get it everywhere.
West India, we have availability set. I'm clicking on it. Now I'm gonna create my machine in one availability set. Okay. Now for that, I required one availability set. What I'm saying here, that I want to deploy my machines in availability set. Let me delete this and create a new one for you. So let's say that there are multiple racks in data center, okay, and you are creating an availability set. Is this clear, by the way? By this time, that availability set gets created in a data center, right? Not in different data centers. That is availability zone. it is being created in one data center, utilizing multiple racks. Okay, so let's say these are my racks. What am I saying? Do I have one availability set where I want to deploy the machine? Do I have one? No. Look at this. If I had one in this region, it will appear here. I do not have one, so let's create one. Okay, I clicked on create, guys. Look at this. If you can't see the cursor, let me know. I'll change the icon. If it is too small, let me know. I'll zoom in the window. If you can see, be focused. Okay, so I am creating one availability set. Why am I doing it? Because I want to have my machine as a part of availability set. Now, what is the name you want to give to your availability set? It's okay, I can give any name. Azure availability set. Okay, this is the name I'm giving. It's fine. Now, the fault domains and update domains. Understand this very carefully, guys. This is very important. Okay, you're creating a set where you have fault domain and update domain. Very basic question is that even if you don't understand this, okay, you don't even have to understand, just remember it. Your interviewer is going to ask you this, you have to answer, that's it. Okay, you don't even need to know what it is, though I'm going to explain it to you, but at the time of interview, let's say if you forget it, it's okay, you don't have to worry about it. Your question will be simple: how many fault domains can I have maximum and minimum? How many update domains can I have maximum and minimum? Okay, and your answer is in front of you. How many fault domain can we have minimum and maximum?
Fault domain is 3 and update is showing 50.
What is the minimum quantity of fault domain which I
2.
can have?
2.
2. Maximum?
3.
3.
Update domain minimum? Yes, guys. That's
Minimum
because
up
it is
to
not
15.
written here.
Minimum 1 at least, because it's
Will you call anything a set if it is 1?
I think so.
no.
No, minimum 2.
Minimum 2.
Minimum and maximum is 20, I think.
Minimum 20.
See, you,
Maximum 20.
maximum 20 you can do, right? Okay, maximum 20, minimum 2. So it's not giving you any error here. Okay. The maximum platform fault domain count in the selected subscription, it's 2. Okay, in that also, look at this. It's a new learning for me also. What are we saying? That we can have 3. But again, look at this. In West India, how many can I have?
Only 2.
Normally I can have 3, but on the particular subscription, on the particular location, I can have only 3. Let me check if this is a part of, this is because of my subscription, or is it because of the region? So I'm going to change the region and check this. Did you guys understand what am I trying to say here?
Yes.
That for sure, normally you can have maximum 3, minimum definitely it has to be 2. Without 2, that doesn't make any sense. So it has to be 2, but maximum you can have 3. But for this particular, either it is particular for region or for my subscription. So there's only one way to check. It's I will change my region and let's make it to East US. That is the always latest and most up-to-date region they have with extreme features available. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, availability set, create my set.
Soil, sir.
Yes, tell me. Soil is enough. Whoever is that?
Sir,
Satish
sir.
bhai. Yes, tell me.
Sir, what is the fault domain means and update
I'm
domains
explaining. I'm
together?
explaining. Don't worry. I'm
Yeah,
explaining.
okay.
We are not
Okay.
through that yet. Okay, look at this. So that has nothing to do with my subscription, but it has to do with region. So do you understand now, guys, how the region is very important? Because services are dependent now. That particular region had availability set feature, but with a limited condition. What was the condition? That fault domain can be 2 maximum. But what I want 3 fault domains. Okay, and let's say that I want 6 update domains and I'm creating here. Now my availability set, it's created. I'm deploying my first virtual machine. I don't worry guys, I'm gonna explain that while machine is being created, then I will explain it to you what this fault domain and update domain is. Okay, my first machine I'm deploying, it is being deployed where? It is in availability set. Did I have availability set? No, I'm creating new. If I already had one, I would have selected from here. The rest all options are same. I will go ahead with standard, whichever operating system they have asked you to do that, whichever machine size they have asked you to create, it's okay. Username and password, okay, basic things, whatever virtual machine. So I'm not going to explain this because we have spent enough time on virtual machine creation. So I'm assuming that you guys are thoroughly familiar with this, and you are well equipped with this one, right? So I'm not explaining this. Task, this ports we are yet to discuss. This will come under networking. As of now, we check all of them. Next, disk part we have already discussed, so I do not want to confuse you guys as of now and mix the disk part and availability set. Later I'll do that. Later I'm going to give you homework where you will see more complex issues like create a machine with so many disk, availability set, etc, etc. But as of now, we already done with disk practicals, so I'm not attaching it here anymore. We'll keep it to default. Networking, etc, everything default. Okay, just create it. I'll just create the machine. Only one change we saw here, that where we were checking no redundancy, instead of no redundancy, today I am going with availability set, and I did not have availability set, so I created one, and now my machine is being created. Okay, I will come back to this machine and see once it's created. Meanwhile, let me explain it to you now. What is fault domain and what is update domain? What do you understand by fault, by the way? When you hear a word fault, what do you understand?
Any issue?
Can it be planned? Can a fault be planned thing?
No.
No.
What do you understand by update? Can it be a planned thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the core difference. If you tell this to your interviewer, forget about the technical jargons, etc. If you tell these two, three things about availability set, that you can minimum have 2 availability sets, or sorry, 2 fault domain, maximum 3 fault domains, maximum 20 update domains. Fault domains are not planned, update domains are planned. For planned activity, that should be more than enough. But still, we are going to see the explanation now. You remember I have been giving examples that power supply, it's disconnected, ISP is disconnected. Okay, that is your fault. Those will uh, categorized under fault domain, like electricity and power supply. These are the major things most of the time we face. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Power supply and ISP. Okay, like your ISP is not working, that could be one reason. The other reason could be your electricity is not working. That is the reason your racks will go down. Okay, so how many maximum you can have? Somewhere you can have 3. How can you have 3? Because those data centers will have power supply from 3 different suppliers. The West India where we saw, maybe they have only from 2 suppliers. That is the reason they're giving maximum and minimum 2 options. They're not allowing us to select 3. So let me explain it to you now. These are your fault domains. Let me erase this. These are your fault domains. This one rack. Consider this set of racks. Okay, maybe this is a set of 100 racks. Maybe 1 to 100. This is 101 to 200, and this is 200 to 300. Maybe it's a set of 100 racks. Okay, set of 100 racks, set of another 100 racks, set of another 100 racks. Okay, so let me write it down. This is your first set of racks. We are not talking about the availability set. Okay, this is set of racks. I hope all of you understand what is a rack by now. People who have joined later, maybe watch the video. If you don't understand, then maybe I can repeat the topic. But by now, all of you know, right? What is a rack? Can someone quickly explain while I'm writing this? What is a rack, guys?
The servers are kept on the racks.
Yes. And what did I tell you, that if we go for availability set, your servers will be your machine will be deployed to different servers which are in different racks. That does not mean you will have only 3 racks in a data center. You may have, let's say this data center has 900 racks. So this is a set of 100 racks, first 100 racks. Okay, it could be 1 to 99 or something. This is again another set of 100 racks, and this is another set of 100 racks. Okay, so this is not one rack. Maybe in diagram you see only one rack, but this is a set of 100 racks. So now if I'm getting electricity from data, I will put one wire or one connection to this set of rack. Okay, this is from Tata, let's say. I'm taking only one example, but ISP and electricity, consider ISP and electricity. Okay, let's say this is from if it is in Maharashtra, maybe it's MSCB. Sorry for the bad handwriting, guys. Okay. Let's say the third one, it's from L&T. I'm not sure if they have in Pune or not, but it's okay, just for the understanding. Okay, so one electricity power supply is coming, which is attached to first set of rack, 100 racks. Okay, that is your first set of racks. Second is coming from MSCB. Third one is coming from your L&T. So if this goes down, let's say L&T power supply is down, you still have power supply from Tata and MSCB. Okay, which means your 2 sets of racks are working. Okay, so in availability set, what did we learn? That whenever you create a server, your first server will be created here. Okay, in one of these racks, one of these 100 racks, but in this set, your second server will be created here, third server will be created here, again fourth server will be created here, fifth here, sixth here. Like this we can keep on creating. Now this is giving me redundancy. Okay, so now here that is your fault domain. Let's say this is your fault domain. The vertical lines which you see, guys, those are your fault domains. How many fault domains do I have here? See, data center has created 3 of them. Okay, now specifically I'm talking about East US, because now we know other data centers may have 2 also. We are talking about East US. So how many sets they have maximum?
3 sets.
3 sets, which means they have divided all of their racks in 3 sets. So this is your fault domain, nothing else, because it is saving your server to go down from your from any fault. It could be ISP or electricity. Okay, the ISP also they will have similarly, like this ISP connection, one ISP connection here, the another one ISP connection, one ISP connection. And this will rarely happen that this is L&T is gone here, power supply, and here Airtel's ISP is gone. I mean, in both cases, your both sets are gone. See, just because if you have ISP and no electricity, no use. You have electricity, no ISP, no use. Okay, but you'll rarely see this. It will never happen that here electricity is gone and here ISP is gone. So both of these sets are gone, but still you have a third one. Okay, so these are your fault domain. Now, when you create fault domain, if I have selected 3 fault domains and I deployed first server, where do you think my first server is going? On which set? First set, second set, or third one?
First set.
First set.
First set. Set 1.
Where will my second machine go?
Set 2.
Yes. So this is, let's say, first VM. This is my second VM. And if I would have taken, let's say I'm deploying it in West US, where I have taken, or even if I'm deploying in the East US, instead of 3, I have selected only 2. Where my third machine will go now?
It
Let's say I've
will
selected
first
First one.
in
If you
one. First one.
if you,
yes.
If there are 2.
Perfect. But as of now, we have taken 3, so let's go ahead.
3,
Your
so it
understanding
will
is
go in
clear.
3. Correct.
Your
Yeah.
understanding is clear. That's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, where the fourth machine will go, guys?
It will go in first.
Again,
First track.
first.
Yes.
Right.
Fifth machine here. Sixth machine
Second.
here.
Yeah.
Seventh machine here. 8 machine here. Let's say I'm dealing with only 8 machines. Here for one application, I think I thought for this application, my 8 machines are more than enough. I don't want 9th machine. It's okay. Okay, so this is how your fault domain will look like. So now tell me guys, if your first set of rack, if your set 1 it's down, how many machines are giving you services?
5.
Five.
5 machines.
If your set 2 is down, first is again up. Okay, now 2 is down, how many machines are giving services?
5.
5.
If
Five.
your third set is down, how many machines are giving services?
6.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
These all the
Now,
servers are working simultaneously.
yes, definitely. That is, if they're not working simultaneously, then I won't call it high availability.
Yes.
How are they syncing data between
Correct.
each other?
Correct.
We are going to cover that later.
Okay.
But yes, they are definitely working simultaneously. Okay, now this is your fault domain. Now another topic comes to picture, which is update domain, which very simple. Update domain is nothing. Azure has divided all these one in vertical boxes also. Let's say this is one domain. This is my update domain. Okay, this is update domain 2. This is update domain 3. Update domain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like this. Okay, what is update domain, by the way? Update domain is where Microsoft is doing some upgrade of their hardware level server. So in that particular time also, your servers will be down. These are your update domains. Fault domains, it's clear to everyone. Okay, let me create the update
Yeah.
domain. Or let me create another picture, a clear one. I hope the fault domain is clear to everyone. Okay, so these are my racks. This is my fault domain 1. I'll just write FD. Okay, fault domain 1. Fault domain 2. Do you have an option to create another fault domain? Can I demand that I need for fault domain?
No, only 3 is there. No,
No,
maximum.
only. Yeah.
Yes, because whatever they have created already, you just have to call it fault domain. Yeah, you can take 2 of them. Maybe they have created 3, you can take 2 of them. And if I take 1, there is no redundancy. I can't even call it fault domain. You won't even able to select it. Now let's talk about update domains. Update domains, nothing. What am I doing here? I'm just dividing again this. This is a virtual division I'm doing. So these are my update domains. So this is my update domain 1, update domain 2, update domain 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna deploy my first machine. I have selected 5 update domains and 3 fault domains. In actual one, I think we selected 8, right? In this machine, we selected 8, but I don't have enough
Correct.
space there to create. Here I can check now. See, it is a part of which availability set? It is a part of this availability set. If I go to this availability set, I will see that how many domains, how many fault domains do I have here? How many update domains
3.
do I have?
3. 6.
Update domain 6.
Right. So let's see if we can create 6. Okay, well, I can create it. So we'll get a relevant example. Okay, now if I deploy my first machine, where will it go? Fault domain 1,
Fault domain 1.
update domain 1.
Update domain 1.
Okay, I'm deploying my second machine. Again, it is going to, where will it go?
Fault,
Second machine.
fault domain 2,
Fault domain
update domain 2.
Yes. I explain the rationale behind it, guys. Okay, don't worry. Machine number 3. Where will it go?
Fault domain 3,
Fault
update domain 3.
update domain
Update 3.
Perfect. Fourth machine.
Update fault domain 1
Fault
1.
domain
and fault
one
domain
Update,
4.
uh,
Update domain
update
4.
domain
update
sorry.
4.
domain
4.
4.
Yes, update domain 4. Okay, now I'm not going to draw all of them. I hope you got the idea. Or let's do it. Where will the fifth one go?
Fault domain 2
2 and
and
update
update domain
5.
4.
5.
5.
This is my fifth machine. Okay. Okay, let's say we are deciding with only 5 machines. Now, let's say my fault domain 3 it's down. How many machines are giving me services?
4.
4.
My fault
4.
domain 1 is down. How many machines are giving me services?
3.
3.
3.
My update domain 5, it's being updated. It is called update domain, so there is no fault. Microsoft is updating its servers. So how many machines are down?
1.
1.
Understood, guys? Why are we doing all this? So my maximum time, maximum machines should be up and running. If for one app, if I'm creating number of servers, so it should not happen कि fault में तो हुआ नहीं, but update के वक्त आपने सारे server एक साथ update कर दिए and my servers are rebooting and my application is down. Hence they are just placing them somewhere here and there. So Microsoft makes sure that they never update two update domains together, and they will make sure that they place your server in such a way that you get maximum availability. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we have only 5 minutes left, so I'm not going to start practical. One machine is created. We'll go to portal in the next session. You guys have 5 minutes. If you have any questions, please do ask. We're going to do the theory part in next session.
So there is any formula is there behind this?
The same formula which we used. Exactly like this, your machines will be created. Now, when we do on portal, you will see your first machine will go to fault domain 1, update domain 1. If you want, we can check that the one which we have already created. Look at this. By the way, their numbering starts with 0. Okay, sorry, I should have started with 0, but for your understanding, I had to do it with 1. Their numbering starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2. But there are 3 again.
Means interview ask how much maximum we have to say 1 or 0. Start from 0 or start from 1 when
It
we
doesn't matter.
interview
I'm
ask.
asking you number. I'm not asking you. Did I ask you which fault domain number? If I ask you, if my one fault domain is down, let's say my fault domain, this fault domain is down. How many servers are giving me services? This fault domain is down. How many servers? So it doesn't matter whether which why you calling it 0, 1. Don't worry.
Okay.
They are not gonna grill you at this level. Especially for this question, maximum they ask what is difference between fault domain, update domain, what is the maximum number of fault domain, what is the maximum number of update domain, what is the use of fault domain, what is the maximum use of what is the use of update domain, fault domain. That's it. Hardly they get 25-30 minutes. उसमें 5 minutes का आप लोगों का introduction होता है. Then they have to say something about themselves. थोड़ा बहुत project के बारे में बताना होता है. So don't worry, एक question पे no one is going to grill you in this detailed manner. This is training. I want you to understand the concept. Hence I do this. I cross question you guys. I try to understand your understanding, your approach. If you say something wrong, even if you say something right, I cross question to that. That is only for training. Don't worry. इस तरह का कोई इतना भारी भरकम इंटरव्यू नहीं होता है. Don't worry about it. But you should understand it well. And just if you want me to correct this diagram quickly, let's see. This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. Nothing is going to change. Only their numbering, the way they call it. So this is fault domain 0. This is fault domain 1. This is fault domain 2. But ultimately, how many you have?
3.
Same thing. So
3.
nothing is going to change. Okay. Similarly, in update domain, I started with 0. So instead of it will be I started with 1, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. So if I'm saying I have 6 update domain, then it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those will be counted as 6. Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
So if you go to this machine, look at this. I did not have to select anything. Okay, I don't get the chance to select that this machine should go to this fault domain or update domain. I just get an option to select at the first time when I'm creating my availability set. I do get an option to select how many update domains do I need, how many fault domains do I need. After this, if I start creating machines in this one, placement of those machine, Azure will do it by default. We are going to see that now. Yeah, we'll see this also, don't worry. This is, I'm just showing it to you right now, that look at this. This went to fault domain 1 and update domain, fault domain 0, update domain 0. The next machine if I create, it will go to fault domain 0, update domain, fault domain 1, update domain 1, like this. We'll see that. Okay, so we still have 1 minute. Anyone has any question, guys? We are on availability set, by the way. Okay, we are looking at the availability set, overview, activity log, etc. Everything is same. Here at the left hand side, we don't have to learn anything. While creating the machine, you do get an option to create your availability set. If it is not already there, if it is there, you'll select the same availability set. Let's say if I'm deploying the next machine, and if I want it in availability set, I should see my availability set here. Can you see this? And if I create a new one, then it's a different machine, different availability set. So I have to make sure that I select this availability set every time. If I want that machine to be a part of my availability set, I have to select it here. And it is region based. If my one is created in East US, and if I try to search that in some other region, I won't get that. See, that is not appearing here. Okay, guys, let's take a break of 5 minutes. I have to convert that recording. See you at
Yeah.
15:40.
Yeah.
Okay, less than 30 seconds are pending. I'll stop the session. See you in 5 minutes.